Okay. There's another 3 over here. Okay, so here I see, I want to think about yellow and orange. Yellow, orange is not a domino. So therefore yellow isn't a domino, and therefore yellow doesn't take that cell, because that would make yellow a domino. So yellow comes here. That means this thing is not yellow. It's going to be purple, and purple is finished. Like that. Yellow needs at least one more cell. Let's start another yellow down here, I guess. Okay, we can repeat the same argument here, actually, with yellow and orange. Orange definitely isn't a domino, so yellow isn't a domino. And if yellow went here, it would definitely be a domino, so yellow goes here. And therefore, there's a purple here, and that purple is a domino. And somewhat similar here, but not quite, because this orange can't be a domino, so yellow isn't a domino. But we already knew yellow wasn't a domino here, so it's not quite as profound. Can yellow possibly take this red? The problem with that... Oh, no, maybe that's not a problem. Maybe that would just make orange just go vertically like this, and it would be fine. Might be fine. Oh, I see. Okay, this is slightly more nuanced than I was willing to give it. So yellow can't actually take that many more cells. The only 2 cells that yellow could possibly take are these 2. But if yellow takes... So yellow is either that, or that, or that. The problem is the second yellow takes this cell, orange is now forced to go over here, and then orange and yellow are not the same. So yellow just can't take that cell, which means yellow has to take that cell. And now orange is a 3x1. I don't know which 3x1 it is, if I am to be perfectly honest with you. These 2 are now the same. I highly suspect that they're not the same and also part of this yellow here. Unless I somehow can make this into... Because this can't be a 4x1. Could it be a Y pentomino? And the answer is no. I still can't make this a Y pentomino. So these are in fact separate. I'll make you green. Green needs to grow at least 1. Yellow needs to grow, in fact, at least 2. Orange needs to grow at least this far, and it's not done, so orange can grow that far. But now orange is done, and it's now the same shape as yellow, so now yellow is done. Okay, this yellow needs to grow. It grows like that, and then finishes. So orange grows like this, but it needs to be the same bendy boy shape, so it looks like that. Okay. I see if this orange is a 3x1 like that, it forces this to be a 3x1. which works naively, but not actually. Because the 3x1 it would separate that red and that blue, which in that world would need to be connected. It's a little bit more of a look ahead than I'd prefer to do in a just world, but we can't always live in the world we wish to live in. Okay, this green is taking that red, so this purple needs to take another red. So in fact, the purple needs to take that red. Green needs to have 3 in a row now because these two are the same shape. Purple certainly isn't a T, so green doesn't take that cell. And therefore purple does take it, and therefore green and purple are both L's, and this is also an L. There we go. Not too bad. Aside from the one sort of step. Okay, everything is size 4. No mingle mangle. Which is good, because immediately these squares, which we know have to sort of can take these two, have sort of isolated this cell down here, which is definitely not part of either square, but needs to be part of something of size 4. And so that actually immediately tells us what these two squares look like. This comes here and then looks like that. This can't take the S, so it has to look like that. I feel like we've accidentally run out of clues. I see. This green definitely can't take this, because that would definitely make this break this T-bone shape. And because this T-bone shape can't come down here, the sort of the center of the T-bone has to be here, so it has to look like that. This looks like that, then. Like that. This now has to go horizontally, actually. Every once in a while I come across something like that one. I don't think I ever used this symbol. Which makes me wonder... It makes me guess pretty strongly that I was not doing the thing that they intended me to do. Is, I guess, the way to say it. This comes here. If ice comes here... Oh, maybe that's actually fine. Never mind. I'm retracting my claims about ice. Okay, if this doesn't take this cell, it turns into an S that takes the T. And now if purple were to take this cell over here, it would break this T in half. If it were to take this cell, it wouldn't be a T. So in fact, this purple is a T with another T next to it that has to be that T. I have a purple here. If purple doesn't take this cell, it becomes an S on top of an L. So purple does take that cell. If purple takes this cell, we've got problems with isolating this. So purple is that. Because we've got this. Red can't take this cell because I strand 2 cells. Red can't take this cell because it won't be the right shape. So red, in fact, looks like that. Okay, and so the thing I was trying to argue before is actually what does happen, but I wasn't right before, except in spirit. But I am correct now. That finishes that. Very nice. Okay, where can I see... This is a one from. There we go. Okay, Shape Bank. Okay, so we're doing... 1x2s and 2x2s. So certainly one of these is a domino and one of these is a square. Okay, I'm going to mark one with X and one with Y, because I don't know which is which. Whichever one is a square, then forces the other one here to be a domino. Oh, I guess this I could mark as also an X. Whichever, because this is either a domino or a square, so these two are the same. The problem is I can just have two dominoes in the corner, so I don't get sort of perfect transference. It's not like if this is a Y, that's automatically an X. Sadly, that doesn't quite work. Yeah, I'd love to know that this was also an X, because if this was also an X, I would tell me that X can't be squares. If X was squares, then this would be Y, so this would be X, so this would be Y. These certainly can't both be squares living across from each other, because if they were, then I'd isolate this T shape, which I cannot actually make with dominoes. So at least one of these is a domino that goes vertically in order to make that work. That feels like a good observation. I don't know what to do with it, though. I don't quite see why they can't both be dominoes, though. So at least one of these two is a domino, because whichever of these is a square puts a domino here. That tells me at least one of these two is a square. Which then tells me at least one of these two is a domino. Which then tells me at least one of these two is a square. But I think if I carry that through, all I'm learning is that at least one of these two is a domino, so at least one of these two is a square. But I already know at least one of these two is a square. I think the point, actually, is much simpler than what I'm looking at. It's that this cell, whatever it is, it's always connected to that cell. Because if it's not, well, if it's a square, of course it is. And if it's a domino, sorry, it's the opposite. Sorry, I said the wrong thing. It's that this cell is never connected to this cell, because if it is, no. Oh, crap. Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry. Basically, I'm saying if this cell is a domino, it's not that domino. Because that domino would force this cell to be a domino that would then be in a cell that's not. So I guess what I'm saying is these two are always connected. no matter how I do this. Because if they're not, it breaks. And so... and that applies sort of around the whole thing. So say like something like that. And that, funnily enough, means these are always connected. Wait. No, sorry, that's not true. But I think all of that's true. Okay, maybe I need to not do my orange. And I need to more carefully think about what I do with my purple and yellow. And I need to just say, these two are connected, and these two are connected, and they're different. So this is purple. Okay, and I do also know that this is purple and this is yellow. I'm letting purple and yellow stand in for square and domino here, that I don't quite know which is which. So if this is also purple, then purple is domino. Is a perhaps not particularly profound statement. Otherwise, it's one of each, in which case one of these is square and one of them is domino. We do know these don't both connect across, so at least one of these two sides is a vertical domino, because if I do that with my dominoes, then I've created an unwinnable war over here. And the same would happen if either of them were a square. So one of them at least is a vertical domino. But I don't see any reason why they can't both be vertical dominoes, is the thing that I am not fully processing here. Is it somehow something like that this domino tiling just breaks? I don't think so. It would certainly force that and that, which would force that and that, which is that and that, but that's all fine. So if I do this oh, wow, that's weird, I think. So funnily enough, if this is a horizontal domino or a square, the entire rest of the grid is forced. is what I think we seem to be saying here. Because of course, if these were all 1, it wouldn't change the rest of what I did over there. But again, that doesn't quite seem to tell the whole story of what I'm looking to say. Because I feel like I could definitely do something like this and then just chase this around like that, however I wanted, horizontal, vertical, whatever you want. Okay, I think I just have to draw this in. If purple is square, does something somehow go wrong? With what happens? Because if purple is square, then this is a domino. This is a square. So this is a domino. This is a domino. This is a square. This is a domino. This is a square. This is a domino. So that's a domino. 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 It's a domino and a square and a domino again, and I don't see how this could possibly break. And a square and a domino and a square. A domino. I mean, that just works. So that's the answer. It's horribly unsatisfying, though. Oh! I see, okay. I see what the point is now. Okay. So the point is we have this pattern on both sides. So we've got this yellow, purple, purple business. And over here we've got yellow like that. And remember, we proved that those had to connect. Sorry, yellow was a poor choice. I could have picked any other color. Make these orange. Okay. And one of these things is a square. So purple or orange, one of them. Oh, sorry, I don't know that. I don't know that one of them is a square. Wait, I do know that one of purple and orange is a square. Because if neither purple nor orange is a square, no. All I know is that one of purple and orange is a domino. Purple and orange could both be squares. No, purple and orange can't both be squares because there's a square on one side of this or the other, right? This square here either touches this side or touches this side, which forces this on one side to not be a square. That doesn't force this to be a square, though. I know on one side there is a square. So I guess basically, ignoring this little asymmetry breaker, what I should do here is I should just arbitrarily fill this in. Like this. And so on the side with the square, we end up with this. Okay, and over down here, we don't know what happens. But whichever way the square goes, we at least get this sort of pattern. Which doesn't really seem to help, does it? So we're either saying, like, depending on which way this resolves, this is either a square or a domino. And I think we have already basically verified that this being a square isn't a problem. I mean, it's obviously a problem with that, but that aside, just from our point of view of filling this with dominoes, that all works. Yeah, I don't see the point here. I see that we found the answer at one point by accident in the process of trying to do it. And I felt like I suddenly saw it when I was looking at this sort of mirror bit. But the fact that this can have a square in the corner, and so both of these could be dominoes, is the... Yeah, maybe I should look at that. Maybe that's the thing that I'm thinking that's not actually true. Maybe somehow the world breaks if I do this arrangement. So that forces that, which forces that, which forces that, forces that, forces that, both of these are dominoes. That's a domino. Why should this break, though? Oh, it breaks all the way on the other side? It sure does. So the key observation here is as soon as one side of this is purple, as soon as one side is a domino, it forces the structure of the entire rest of the grid. So if I just specify this is a domino, the key point is now I've forced that to be a square. So this is a domino, so that's a square. So this is a domino, so that's a square. So this is a domino, so that's a square. So this is a domino. So that's a square, so this is a domino. Sorry, I screwed that up. Sorry. Domino, square, domino, square, domino, square, domino, square, domino, square, domino, square, domino, square. And so as soon as I put a domino either on this side or this side, everything is forced. And of course, I have to put a domino on one side or the other. So it just never actually is allowed to happen that a square goes in one of the corners. This is a weird parity thing where like one direction is forcing, but the other isn't. But you have to go the direction that's forcing in one direction or the other. And whichever way it goes, it forces everything. So that means it actually does alternate all the way around the grid in the way that I sort of wanted it to back when we started, that always One of these is purple, and one of them is yellow, whichever is purple and whichever is yellow. And so whichever one it is, this one is yellow, and then this one is purple, and so then this one is yellow, and so then this one is purple, and then yellow, and then purple, and then yellow, and then purple, and then yellow. That's a really hard idea, I feel like. It's not something I've seen in, like, quite that form before. So we have that arrangement is the point. And so if purple is squares, we're screwed, right? Because if purple is squares, we isolate this cell. So purple is actually dominoes. And yellow is squares. Not that. Which, again, sort of forces that purple, forces this purple, forces that purple, forces this purple, forces that purple, forces that purple. And then we've got that purple, that purple, that purple, and that purple is the answer. That felt crazy. I don't know of any, like, direct analogs I can point to this and other things. Like, certainly this idea of, like, something chases the other around the ring is a very common thing in puzzles or Sudoku, but I've never seen it with quite this idea of, well, one direction's forcing and the other isn't. Anyway, we'll call that good for an episode, having been sufficiently traumatized, and we'll be back soon with more Artisans. This will not deter me, I promise. So thank you all for watching, and we'll be back soon. Bye for now.